Hi everyone and welcome. It is Lauren here from Acting Classes in Perth, and this is episode number 98 of the Acting Classes in Perth Daily Show, the show where I'm here to answer all your acting related questions at 7 p.m. every single day on Facebook Live, YouTube Live and Twitter, plus an audio only version now on iTunes. You can search for that in the iTunes podcast directory. Simply search Acting Classes in Perth. Before we roll today's intro, I would love to see you at one of my next free 3-hour acting classes for beginners. Be sure to follow the link in the description of this video or check it out by visiting actingclassesinperth.com/free. We have a whole lot of fun at our free classes. I'd love to show you how we work, what we do, and show you how acting can not only give you a creative outlet, but also help you benefit your everyday life by using the character development tools we use and how they directly relate over to your everyday life. So check it out. Be sure to see me there soon. But right now, let's jump straight into today's episode and roll the intro. Today's question comes into us from Veronica, but before we get to that, if you are watching us right now, please give us a big thumbs up. We'd love to know you're out there. Also ask a question or leave a comment. I definitely try to get back to everyone as soon as I can. Plus, be sure to stay tuned because at the end of this episode, I have another student shout out for someone who's been studying with us now and has achieved so much, and I'm so incredibly proud. I wanted to give them a shout out here on the show. But right now, let's listen to Veronica's question.
My question is, what is continuity in a scene?
Veronica, thank you so much for sending in this great question. I do have a lot of students that ask me about continuity, and then also a whole lot of students that don't really know what continuity is. And yet it's such a vital part of the actor's job that I think it's a great question to be shared here on the show. So thank you so much, Veronica, for sending it in. Now, when we film a TV show or a movie or anything that's being filmed, we have to have what are called different setups, right? So we don't just shoot the scene from one position or one angle or one shot. What we will do is, let's say the main action is happening, we might be shooting it from this setup over here, and we may shoot it from this setup over here. Now, they would be considered different angles. However, within one setup, we may also have different shot sizes. So we may be shooting from this first setup in a mid shot, yeah, and then also kind of punch in for more of a close-up, or we could have a wide shot. So there's a few different shot sizes and shot choices that we might have in this first setup, and then when we move around and come over here, we might do another whole bunch of shot sizes and setups for different angles. Now, on top of that, each of those shot sizes have multiple takes. So we will do the scene once from that particular angle with that particular shot size, and then we will do it again, and we'll do it again, because we want to make sure we have it right, and also that when we get into post-production, we have enough choices and options in the editing process, so everything cuts smoothly. Now, the reason that the understanding of this is so vital when it comes to continuity is, as an actor, let's say you pick up a TV remote, or you pick up a glass of water, or you pick up a hat, or anything, right? Or you interact with the space in a particular way. Well, the line in which you interact with it, meaning you pick up the glass of water on the line that is, hang on a sec. Yeah, let's just say that's the line. Hang on a sec. And that's the line you pick up a water and go to drink, but then you kind of stop. Well, what's really interesting about that is you then have to make sure you pick that glass up and you do the same action. So with the same hand, every single take from every single angle, so that when we get into post-production and in editing, the cuts between different shot sizes or different setups or different angles and even different takes, they all match, right? So that's vitally important. So it's not just making sure you say it on the right line, but it's making sure you pick it up with the right hand, that it kind of floats in the same way, that the timing is the same. And as you go on with your acting, this does get a heck of a lot easier. And in fact, it kind of becomes just part of your muscle memory. If you do it a couple of times to rehearsal and then a couple of takes, you inevitably end up doing it usually the same time and for the same pace every single time. It just becomes second nature. However, there is someone employed for most film and TV productions, and they are a script supervisor / continuity person, and their job is to make sure that all the actors are, in fact, not only saying the right lines, but then also picking those cups up or picking the hat up or putting something down or interacting in exactly the same way, in exactly the same speed and style every single take, so that when that gets into editing, it is so much better when it all comes together. Well, there you have it. That's what continuity is, and it's a great question. Thank you so much, Veronica, for sending it in. Now, if you liked Veronica's question, be sure to help out your fellow actors. Simply click the share button right now and share this video. If you are watching us on Facebook or on Twitter, then be sure to like and follow our page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, simply click subscribe and then be sure to hit the notifications bell as well. And finally, if you are listening to us on iTunes, simply click subscribe. Plus, don't forget to head on over to actingclassesinperth.com/free, or follow the links in the description of this video to see when and where my next free 3-hour acting class for beginners is being held. Now, before I let you go, I do have a shout out for someone. Her name is Helen Parrish, and Helen, you have been an absolute pleasure to work with. Every time I get the chance to work with you, it is always like working with an absolute professional. You have so much talent and so much ability, and I want you to stay focused. I want you to keep going with your acting and trying to immerse it into your life as much as you can, because I think if you stay focused with it, you're definitely going to take it somewhere. Every time you're in a class or even outside of a class space, like I had the chance of auditioning you once for a project I was attached to, and every single time you kind of walk into that space or into a class, you always bring a huge amount of professionalism with you, and it's always a pleasure. So please keep that up and stay focused. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to see you again tomorrow at 7 p.m. for another episode here of The Daily Show, answered by me. I'm Lauren Johnson. Until that question, make sure you stay safe, have a great night, and like always, happy acting.